Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We are covering our Sundance shorts right now, and the next film we are looking at is The Driver is Red. I have the director, the writer, the artist, and the animator. That's one person, Randall Christopher. I had Mark Pinter. He's the actor, the voiceover of this animation, and the composer, Spencer Rabin. How are you guys?
Good. Cold. It's cold.
Cold.
It's freezing.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
We're from San Diego.
Oh, wow. Okay, huge difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think my card this morning said it was -2 when I drove in around 6 o'clock.
Wow.
I believe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys got to see some snow. At least it's a good difference from San Diego. We didn't have much before you came.
Yeah.
Is this your first time at Sundance?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a busy place. It's a busy place.
This is a crazy 2 weeks
It is.
in Park City, and we're such a small town, and a lot of us come here, and it's really fun.
Extraordinary films, extraordinary artists, and great
You're right.
hospitality.
Well, you guys are one of those extraordinary artists. The Driver is Red. Tell me a little background on this.
I came across an article in 2016, tangentially related to the capture of this Nazi war criminal, Adolf Eichmann, and just kind of went down the internet rabbit hole and realized, oh man, this guy was found 15 years after the end of the war on the other side of the world. I read a book by the head of Mossad at the time called The House on Garibaldi Street that got really into this spy tradecraft of disguises, forged documents, because the interesting thing was these guys had to sneak into Argentina in 1960. So the film takes place in 1960.
And a lot of Nazi criminals did go to Argentina afterwards, right?
Quite a few, yeah. This was kind of the biggest fish, though.
Right.
And it was interesting to me that they found him 15 years after the end of the war, on the other side of the world. And this was the man that ran the whole system, murdering the Jewish people
Wow.
in Germany. in
So the
30s.
story follows a secret agent who's hunting him down.
Yes, yes.
Very mysterious and very interesting. And it's an animation.
Yeah.
So you're the artist and the animator. Why did you
Yep.
go the animation route?
You know, a lot of people ask that, and I just say I don't have a camera. And it's what I do. So it's my background, and I draw. I come from the art world. So I didn't really set out to think, okay, now I'm going to make a film. I just got really, really interested in the story, and I was watching documentaries and taking notes with no project in mind. I mean, it's like, who does that? Just sitting around watching documentaries and taking notes. And eventually it just became this more and more thing that I was like, I think I'm making a film.
I think I'm making a film.
I was a month and a half into this project before it first occurred to me, this is my film.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was, and a lot of things came together. I was having a conversation in a coffee shop, telling my friend, I think I'm making a film, but I said, I don't think I'm ever going to make it because I'll never find a voice actor who can pull off the role.
Hence Mark.
And I told this friend of mine, I'll never find someone, and someone tapped me on the shoulder, and I was looking over. The guy overheard me saying that, and basically said, I overheard you saying that. I'm the head playwright at San Diego Repertory Theater. You need to contact this guy. And it was this guy.
Wow.
And he knocked it out of the park.
How long is the film?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Wow. All right, Mark, tell me about the voiceover process.
The voice is a man named Zvi Haroni, who is the spy or the man who tracked Eichmann for many, many years. And when he finally got a tip that he may have located him, he sent a signal back to Israel to the Mossad agents who came for the actual capture. So I listened to a lot of tape from the man, actual man, and put together a voice. And the narrative is really wonderful. Randall put together a really captivating story of how the final act of actually grabbing the man happened and took place, and all the preparations leading up to that. And that's essentially what the film is, about how they put their hands on him. So
That's cool. And it's cool that you did the research beforehand to hear his voice and connect with him.
Yeah.
And Spencer, composing for an animation, do you do this often?
No, it was the first time.
How was that?
It was cool. I mean, I would say that for a proper film it was the first time, but I definitely worked with Randall's other projects that were, funnier and a lot different. So this was a, proper film. It was a new thing for me and really, really fun. And he's my friend. We've known each other for a long time, so that made it easy.
I've been a fan of his bands for a long time, so he played in bands, and I really like Spencer's sensibility because he approaches it from non-traditional. And Spencer makes art and films himself, and I knew that we would gel a lot because he didn't want to do it traditional, and I wanted to have a guy who could write good songs.
Right.
Do
And
the
it sounds
score.
so intense and exactly what you need for this type of
It was great,
animation.
yeah.
Well, what a cool collaboration between the three of you. I think it's really awesome that you guys put this together. 15-minute film. Where is it airing?
At Sundance?
Mm-hmm.
The last one is Thursday night at the Egyptian.
Nice. Thursday
Animation
night
Spotlight, so it's in with the animation
program.
block. Yeah.
That's very cool. And then what happens to this film after Sundance, guys?
Wow, lots and lots of festivals. And I'm really interested in the education angle. A lot of teachers have hit me up. You know, one of the things I talk about is I didn't grow up knowing this history.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's really the deficit of the American education system not really teaching this subject that I think is really, really important. So that's a big angle for me, trying to get it into schools.
Well, I hope you go that route. Randall, Mark, Spencer, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we have just a couple more films to cover before the end of the show. Stay tuned.